What's going on, Middle Georgia? Yeah, I just got a great haircut. I'm over here with my boy Cesar. He is the best barber in Middle Georgia. We're over here at the Upper Tier, and yes, like I was just saying, Cesar just gave me the haircut of my life. I'm not only gonna get a pay raise at work, I'm also getting promoted. All of Cesar's information is gonna be in the link in the description below on this video and pinned on the first comment, because you're gonna be seeing this across different social media platforms. Today, we get to know who Cesar is. We get to see his background, his coming into barbering through actual barber school where he gave his first haircut, all the way to him killing the game over here in Middle Georgia. So if you're looking for a great haircut, great service, and something that you're going to enjoy every single week, you got to come check out Cesar. Let's go get a haircut.
All right, let's go.
Hey guys, this is my barber Cesar. We are at the Upper Tier over here in Warner Robins. I've been going to Cesar for quite some time now, and I really just wanted to tell you guys about his background, him getting into the art of barbering. And yes, being a barber is an art form. You don't just go and get you a $10 haircut, especially when you get into business and everything else like that, man. I guess we can just get this started, dude, because the first thing that I think about when it comes down to getting haircuts and stuff is the end result that I'm looking for, because a lot of people deal with like confidence issues, and especially like we're shooting a video right now.
Right.
If I don't look good and I'm staring at a camera all day, I'm not gonna want to shoot more videos.
Right, obviously, you have a haircut, you're gonna feel more confident as well.
So dude, just tell me about the background, man. What made you get into barbering and all that good stuff?
So it was really something I really wanted to do ever since I was in high school, really. I saw it and I really enjoyed it. I really liked art, so that was something I really was into as well. I loved art. I kind of looked up things that would, you know, get along with the art and creativity and stuff like that, and barbering was one of them. So ever since high school, you know, as soon as I figured that out, I just kind of moved everything towards that after high school. Got into a college, went and got my license, and yeah, now we're here.
Yeah, now we're here. But the cool thing is, dude, you're always telling me about all these competitions that you're flying out to and everything else like that. So it starts off with art. You get into it in high school. When was your first haircut?
My first ever haircut was in barbering school. Yeah, I remember that one. It was, I think it took like 2 or 3 hours in one time. It was not the easiest thing in the world.
What was it? Was it first, second, or third that you just won with a speed fade?
Yeah, I just won third place in fast fade.
So it goes from takes 2 to 3 hours to do a haircut to third place in a competition for speed.
Yeah, for sure. It's mind blowing what I've done in a couple of years. And this year, actually, because I've only been doing it like 2-3 years. I started going to school in 2023, so it's not been that long.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And especially with the long hours, how long do you think you stand on your feet?
Just this past, was it Sunday? I was here since 8 a.m. and I didn't leave until probably around like 7, 8.
I think people sleep on how hard it is to actually stare at your feet all day long cutting it.
It's a little exhausting, but the thing that helps out a lot is the mats that we have below us. Those are actually pretty expensive.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they can cost up to like 500, 600.
$500-600 for all those, dude?
Well, yeah, think about it. It's a mat, but it's a really nice mat, I'm not gonna lie. It's a mat that actually like prevents you from having like auto back problems, because it cushions you almost. Basically, it's more comfortable and it's not like standing on solid ground. So it's definitely a good investment you should make, because I mean, you're gonna be standing most of the time, so you wanna be comfortable while you're standing.
Dude, I think something people sleep on is how expensive it is to be a barber. Cause like, not only do you have to find clients, you have to service clients, you're working for a tip, you're increasing the quality of haircut time and time again. So eventually you can either increase prices or you increase your tips, right? And also, so people tell their friends, family members, coworkers about you. Then you get repeat referral business, and then all the money for equipment, all the money for products, all the money for advertising. That crap adds up.
I would say the biggest investment I've made probably were my business cards, and which weren't too expensive. I would say definitely business cards were my biggest game changer. I liked them a lot because it was easy to just give them out, and anybody I see at a grocery store, or I could see as a potential client, I just went up to them and gave it to them, talk to them a little bit. Anybody I see, any family members I see, give it to them. It's easy. They know the location now. They have my phone number, my email, the booking site.
The thing is too that I've noticed, like when I first got out of the army, I sold cars here in the area for not too long. I always saw these people standing outside on the lot, dude. I hated it so much. Like, you ever like go to a car dealership and people are just like, you feel like they're waiting for the hunt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're like,
I just want to look at the car. But that really, you know, I started thinking of, I can either wait for business to come to me, or I can go out there and actually get business. You know, that's why I started this YouTube channel. So
you're not just waiting for it, you're actually going and seeking it.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I was bringing up for you, is the fact that like, you're not just waiting for somebody to come through those doors. Because in my opinion, that's a really good way to go out of business. If you just wait for business to come to you, because dude, being an entrepreneur, like, you know, like you have to find business, you have to service business, and you have to nurture business. Like, okay, you just gave somebody a haircut. Are you following up in 2 weeks saying, hey, are you ready for your next haircut? Or who do you know that needs a haircut? Because literally everybody does.
Yeah.
And you leave me a 5-star review on Google, like all that kind of stuff. I think people forget about how difficult being an entrepreneur and running your own business can be.
I also see it also as like times are changing and stuff like that, because the app that we have, or the site that we go through, is called Squire, right? And with that, it's actually starting to get like almost not ran over, but taken over by AI. It'll make it actually to where the AI will actually like know your client, text them and be like, hey, it's time for your next appointment. Would you like to, you know, it actually does things like that.
That's important, dude, because yeah, just like you're talking about AI, like for example, me, this is my horrible cycle of haircuts. I'll go to you, I get a fantastic haircut, and I honestly should come like every 7 days. Then I'll wait 2 weeks, or like for example, now I think my wife shaved back on my neck twice. The danger is okay, I'm just gonna walk into, no offense, Great Clips or somewhere else, and it's just talking from past experience, and then I get a haircut and it just ruins my beard that I've been growing out for months, or just not a good haircut. And I'm not trying to be rude, but it's going into a place that a person doesn't know your haircut. What you're talking about, if you or your AI system just followed up with me and sent me a text as like a quick reminder, and it gave me a booking link, 10 out of 10 times I'm gonna click on that booking link.
Right, it's easier for you to like, I guess, get involved with that stuff. It takes the headache out of trying to check up on clients, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Where would you say the majority of your business comes from?
Majority of my business, I would say, is word of mouth, definitely.
I stand for like your active clients?
Yep. It's so easy to, especially because we're like, you know, this is a military town, right? The Air Force base. So I get a lot of clients from the Air Force. For example, I had this one client. I think he's a staff sergeant. From him, I've gotten like 5 or 6 clients. It's because he tells them, you know, I give him a really good service, and after the hot towel, the razor, he likes it a lot. So he goes and tells people that they come to me, and then out of those people, he'll tell those people, and then those people will tell those people. So it's just like an avalanche of people that come in.
Provide a great service, so much so that people can't not tell other people about you, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's exactly why we're doing this video. Dude, you are the best barber I've ever been to in my entire life. I've tried time and time again to find people here in the Wolf area. It's like, literally, I didn't even tell you what I wanted. You're gonna make me just look good at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And also too, just so you guys know, I'll throw Cesar's contact information up on the screen, and also the first comment in the description below. You'll be able to have his link to be able to just straight book onto his calendar. What would be the best way for people to get in contact with you?
I would say either per text or Instagram.
There we go. What do you see when it comes down in the future with your career and stuff like that?
I definitely want to just keep expanding. I want to be able to, like, whenever somebody comes in, I'll know exactly what to do. That doesn't matter, you know.
For both men and women, or specializing in men?
So I meant like men's haircuts, because women's haircuts, they kind of like, I've been trying to get into that too, but I'm gonna try and wait till really know men. I want to be an expert in it to make sure I know everything. That way, whenever I do own a shop or anything at one point, no, I don't want to reject any kind of client. I want everybody to make, you know, feel at home and everything like that.
Because one big thing, dude, is just here in the middle Georgia area, like finding a barber that can actually trim up your beard without botching it is almost impossible. You know, just all those little skill sets that really add up, set you apart.
Yeah. It's an art. It's definitely a lot of work into it. There's a lot of things that go into videos. Because I mean, most of the time, most videos you find any kind of tutorial or anything like that. It's just about how much practice you put into it, and whether or not you're willing to risk it and trying to learn more.
Yeah, like my wife, for example, she just has the most thick, luscious, beautiful hair. She went to somebody new and she was looking online. She didn't want to spend a lot of money, because with how thick her hair is, she usually has to spend way over $100 just to get a normal haircut. And she found somebody, and they had good reviews online. But dude, it's taken almost 18 months for her hair to grow back out to look good, because they absolutely just destroyed her hair.
Right, because it's not just, I mean, I've seen what people say, it's just a haircut, it's just a haircut. I mean, it is, at the end of the day, it's just hair. But I mean, it's definitely going to hurt you in the way how you look yourself, you know? Because it's not the look, maybe it's not the look you wanted, maybe they did it the wrong way and maybe they weren't listening. That's why you got to pay attention to detail, because some people are really picky about their hair. And with good reason, I mean, it's their hair.
Well, you think about it too, when somebody joins the United States military, you get your head shaved. Why? To strip away your identity. You know what I mean? So everybody's the same. I feel like, especially here in 2025, a lot of people, when it either comes down to tattoos or hair or even hair color and all those different things, it's almost like an identity. It's like, my wife wants me to have a beard because I look like a 12-year-old if I don't have a beard. You know what I mean? The last time I shaved, I thought I was gonna get like kicked out of the house.
Yeah.
She's angry.
I've seen a lot of military people after they, they've been in the military and everything like that. They actually try to grow out their hair. I've seen it.
Oh yeah. Some people like hair well below their shoulders.
Just is.
I got a haircut every single Saturday for like 4 years. There wasn't a single time where I was allowed to grow out a beard, even like on deployments and stuff like that. So I had to shave every single day. And it wasn't every other day, it was every day.
So what do you think is a good price for a haircut? Because I know some people are really kind of like iffy about that stuff.
Honestly, it really depends. And for the people watching this video too, it all depends on your client, because at the end of the day, are you just getting a haircut to get a haircut? Or for example, are you working at Robins Air Force Base? Are you working in some type of corporate job where you have to fight tooth and nail, show up early, stay late, and perform your best in order to get a new job position? So long story short, I have a brother-in-law. He is pretty early on in his career over at Robins, but he's already a GS 12 or just turned GS 13, and he's like one of the youngest to be able to do it. And he's already trying to push for a GS 14 position. He has everything against him. Personal relationships over there, not enough time in service, and every single detail when it comes down to, are your clothes clean and pressed? Did you shower before work and not the night before? Do you have a crisp haircut? Are you performing well at work? Are you in there tired in the morning and groggy because you stayed up too late the night before, you're drinking alcohol on the weekends? Like, your physical appearance is something that nobody can take away from you. That's why I always think that being in great shape is the perfect way to be able to start a relationship with somebody that you meet, because it shows that person how serious that you are. You take care of yourself. I think the right price for a haircut, you could spend $30, $50, $75 to be able to get a good haircut, because you have to understand it's an investment in your future. Like, if I go and show up and say, hey, I want to sell your property for you, and it's a $500,000 home, and I don't have a good haircut, and my beard's all mangled up, and I don't have clean pressed clothes on, it doesn't matter that I have the best marketing program south of Atlanta. People are going to judge me by my appearance, and I wish it wasn't that way when it comes down to the world, but we just have to be honest and real with ourselves, you know what I mean? There's bias when it comes down to it, and there's vanity. There's really nothing that can hold you back other than your work ethic. So a good price for a haircut, I'd say anywhere between 30 to 50. I know some people want to go down the road and do a $10 haircut or max $20 haircut, but at the end of the day, if you find somebody like you, Cesar, who can do great work, you deserve good prices and great prices, because you're actually earning it. Something that's really, really important for people to understand: are you consuming or are you investing? Let's say, for example, you're working somewhere and you want a leadership position. 90% of leadership, in my opinion, is through work ethic and actions, not words. I feel bad for saying this, but you can tell me till you're blue in the face what to do, but if I don't see you as a leader and somebody that I want to follow, I'm not going to push myself hard. Especially in the military, you'll see this: the person that's the most jacked, that has a crisp haircut, that knows their job inside and out, you will listen to them 100 times more than you will somebody that just barks orders at you and doesn't lead by example. So does that make sense though when it comes down to the haircut side piece?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Some people just think a haircut. You want to get married?
It's gonna be pictures that you're gonna see for the rest of your life.
And even there, I'm not even just talking about before you get married, but like, do you want to court a spouse, somebody that you're going to keep for the rest of your life and lead and love? Bro, you can't just go out there and not look good and hope that the Lord will put the right person in place. So over these last 2 years, man, what would you say some of the biggest lessons that you learned have been?
I think some of the biggest lessons I've learned, focusing on the haircut, of course, but I think so much also you need to focus on the service, right? So what I mean by that is you talk to your client. You don't sit there and just be quiet the whole time. I mean, nobody wants to sit in the chair for 45 minutes and not talking, just being silent. I mean, people get bored, and so you want to make sure, they feel comfortable enough to where they can let themselves go and relax.
You ever feel like a therapist sometimes?
Me? Sometimes in my own life.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a place for people to rant,
I've seen plenty of people come in here just want to relax, rant, talk about their day, and then they're out.
And tell me some stories. So I'm a nerd when it comes down to like American history and stuff like that. I remember like during the Great Depression, people that had the most amount of information were shoe shiners and barbers. They literally got to the point where they were teaching people how and which stocks to buy, just because you end up talking to so many different people when you're giving a haircut. What are some crazy stories, people dropping information on you that you wouldn't have known if you weren't a barber?
I think for me, it would have been definitely the Army people. I'm not gonna lie, they go everywhere. So it's always cool to hear like people from like the Air Force or the military, because they get to travel a lot. lot. Different countries, different states, different cities. And it's pretty cool to see, their experiences. We've been to Vegas, I've been to Vegas, so it's kind of cool to see how they're both perspectives on it.
Oh, yeah. What are some of the upcoming stuff that you have when it comes down to barbering? And I know you do competitions. Are there any schools that you're thinking about attending?
So I think I'm going to be going to the Vegas Expo. It's basically like a bunch of barbers meet together, and it's a pretty cool experience, I would say. There's a bunch of competitions. There's a bunch of classes you can take from the actual like companies that made tools that we use. So, and then products, of course. They go in depth on how to actually use their product.
What are some of your favorite product brands?
Some definitely good products, I would say, is definitely Statement. I love Statement. I actually have it right here. It's what I use on him. It's pretty cool.
Oh, there you go. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
When you first started cutting hair, because you were saying like the first time you ever cut hair was in barber school, where was the first place that you worked at? Was it like on your own or?
Yeah, so I started doing it at my house, cutting people, like family members, and then I would do a bunch of house calls. It was good in the beginning, but you can definitely tell like I am nowhere near like the person I am today without this shop. I think a barbershop really helps you lift up, especially this shop. This shop has been nothing but grateful to me, and I'm so grateful, you know what I mean?
So I've noticed sometimes too, like people come over and ask you or vice versa to like come and look at somebody and give advice. And I've even seen like, for example, Alex that usually cuts hair next to you. Like somebody go up to him and ask a question, he'll actually walk over and like finish that piece on their head when it comes to that cut. I think it's really important too to just humble yourself and be like, hey, I don't know how to do this, but we're gonna figure this out.
Right, and I've seen a lot of barbers kind of like big ego, like you're like, yeah, I know everything, I don't have nothing left to learn. You always have something to learn.
You just gotta be honest with yourself. What do you think you're gonna do to hold that endurance that you have now and run this race without slowing down?
I think for me, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing now. I'm doing so good so far. I think one of the things I'm gonna keep doing is definitely not going crazy with the shows. I'm gonna keep going to them because I feel like it gives you like a boost of energy
Oh yeah.
Because obviously cutting hair every day for 12 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours straight definitely wears you out. So you gotta, level it out, have some fun with it, go to the expos and kind of have fun with it. You can't just cut hair every single day, it's not gonna be, you gotta have time for yourself.
And then being able to go out there too and seeing what's possible, with some of those people that are going in, flying across the country, getting first place at different competitions.
It's definitely really cool to see too, all those people competing, all the different hairstyles, all the different designs that they do, and you can learn stuff from them too as well.
And what are the different like competitions and stuff that you see?
So I would say there's like freestyle designs, so you can do, and then you have your, the traditional, more like pompadours, slick backs, and they have your, the fast fades. How good of a fade can you do in like 15 minutes or 10?
Did people just like sign up for that as like?
So you have to like sign up, especially if you're doing like the big like competitions and stuff, because there's people who do it like outside, like they can do it here at a barbershop. We did one.
Is there a strategy behind that? Is like the people that are competing at the highest level, are they like bringing their own model?
It can get very competitive, I'm not gonna lie. They'll actually bring like their makeup team. So they'll have like a whole makeup, the whole costume. They don't just judge the haircut, they judge
Like the whole appearance?
Yeah, the costume, whatever they have going on, the face, the fade. If you have any nicks or anything like that, they definitely, look at that. So the different type of services that I like, I do offer like the upper tier experience, which is a special kind of service we have here. It's double of what our normal haircut. So my haircut is $22. Upper tier experience is $40. And with the upper tier experience, you get, you can get your hair washed, you get the razor, the hot towel, the massage, the actual haircut. You can also do other stuff as well. So if you want to swap out the hair wash, you can do for a facial, you can do like a beard wash. It's a very good, unique experience.
And yeah, so I know you have different tiers. So I think they're 22, 27, and 30 something.
So the haircut is 22, and then the haircut and beard is 27.
What does your typical day look like?
I would say a good routine that I like to do is I like to get here in the morning, make sure everything's good. So hot towels are ready, everything's clean, everything's good at my station. So whenever somebody does come in, I'm not underprepared.
Oh yeah. Well guys, that's it. This is Cesar. And again, in the description below, in the first comment, you're gonna have Cesar's contact information. So go show Cesar some love. Book an appointment. All right.